And so it's unconventional. When I say things like this, people look at the demographic we're dealing with and they look at it like that's too above their head. But see, that's different from other cultures. Other cultures, they start them young where they understand how to build wealth. And so we're going to do that at this camp. And here's the major thing, Curtis. We're going to have one of the things we do in our summer every year is we take them through the process of how to build a business plan. So they come up with their own business. They come up and they're really creating a pitch deck, but they come up with a business as a team. They have to deal with their marketing strategy, their location, their profit and loss statement. It's pretty robust. And they come together as a team and then they compete for a chance to win a cash prize. And so we're going to bring that back in the summer.
That's dope.
And they're going to be able to end the summer camp with a business plan competition. And we'll have a first, second, and third place winner of that. So it's going to be phenomenal this summer. We're going to bring a lot of that back. Again, it's all about pushing the creativity in the young people and allowing them to be empowered to show it to the world.
The Straight Foolishness Comedy Show. The world's #1 clean comedy show.
Yo, what's up, y'all?
The Straight Foolishness Comedy Show podcast with your host, Curtis Bateman.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are back here on the Straight Foolishness Comedy Show podcast. Listen, we got our special guest, Nathan J. Shaw Jr. in the building. Nathan, what is going on tonight, man?
Hey, man, I'm good. I'm so honored to be here on your podcast. This is phenomenal, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you for coming out, man, for joining in, for tuning in the past. We'll appreciate you tonight.
Absolutely. I'm glad to be here.
Got you. I see you in a nice office. I'm looking raggedy in the back. I'm trying to get it together.
Yeah, we projected, man. We projected. Yes, sir. It's already here. It's already here.
You're right, body boss, man. Listen, so you have something called YEP. Explain to the people what YEP is.
Excited to, man. So it's Youth Empowerment Project. This is a vision that started in 2008. We made it an official organization in 2010. And we're all about helping to expose, equip, and empower youth towards success. We don't want to just talk at them. We don't want to just dictate to them. We want to give them the opportunity to actually live out what we say we do. And so we're big on career exploration. We're big on entrepreneurship training. We're big on vocational training. Our kids have been able to do some amazing things as it relates to multimedia, clothing, music, and we'll share more later. But yes, it's here based in Orlando, Florida. We serve male and females, middle school, high school. We've actually extended down over the years with siblings and things like that. But we're excited to impact young people and let them understand that the talents, the gifts, the abilities they have, they can turn that into business. They can turn that into opportunities. They can generate income using the gifts they got.
That's super dope. I wish we had like a lot of stuff like that growing up. When I had growing up, what we had was, make sure you clean the ring from around this tub. That's that's what we had.
Absolutely.
Well, man, that's good. So, man, you work with the youth. So, like, what gives you a fire to want to work with kids? Because it takes a special person to work with kids.
I think they say that people, you kind of end up doing what you didn't have. And I had a great support system. I always have had a great support system. But when it came to the ideas and the visions, sometimes it wasn't just that ability to explore exactly what it is I was wanting to do. And so my passion is that I believe that every young person has a purpose. That's truly who I am as a person. I'm a believer that everybody on this earth, if you're living and you're breathing, you have a purpose. And I think so many times we allow society, we allow scores, we allow people's opinion of our young people. Because when you look at even our literature, our news articles, our TV articles, all you see is negativity. I believe that every young person, no matter what environment they're in, no matter what they've come from, they have a purpose. They have a reason why they're here. And if we could just take the time to allow them to explore that, the sky's the limit. And so my passion is really just to see young people when that light bulb moment comes on and when they really say, you know, I'm good at this. You know, I like this. I love it. I love it. I love seeing them connect the dots from their talent to their profession.
No, I love that guidance. So what you're doing, it sounds big now. It sounds like a big dream that you have that you're actually living out, and everybody don't get a chance to live out their dream. So with that being said, this can't be a one-man operation. So how do you do it?
It's definitely a team. I mean, we've gone through some ups and downs. Like every young nonprofit out there, I'm connected with so many great young nonprofits in the city. I could name a whole list.
Okay.
And all of us was impacted by COVID. And so much like that, we were as well. Our income, the greatest financial year we should have had as an organization, became our most stressful year as an organization because we lost school contracts, we lost funding. It ended up to the point where we even lost our facility. But we were able to connect with another group, and I'm so excited about this. We are partnering, Youth Empowerment Project. We partner with a group called iDream360.
Wow.
And Annette Clark is the executive director, Erika Tracy Clark. And on my side, we have, Ashley Hainsworth that works with me, Nicole Cummings. I have a board of directors, and we're passionate about young people, so I was able to link up with them, and we said, we're great together. We're great separate. We have a lot of great visions individually, but we decided to come together. And right now we're actually in the midst of a spring break camp, completely free. It's a spring break camp for middle school, high school students. And we decided to do this thing together. And so I'm excited to partner with them. And we're one of the things that Renette says, we're trying to take over the city. So that's it. We want to make sure that we impact as many young people as we can together.
I love what you said, and I love what you're doing with iDream360, because sometimes you can have a dream, and like I said, the dream requires a team, and you need people to help. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. You need people to help, because it's too, that's why we say, with the body of Christ. The body has what? Hands, nose, eyes.
Yes.
You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't do everything. And
no, not at all.
So
not at all. You need a team. And a lot of times there's so many people that are trying to do it by themselves, and you get stressed out, you get burnt out. And I've been there, but it's exciting when you really are sitting beside someone and a group of people that have the same passion you have. And one thing about it too, I just want to put this out there. Yes, I talk about entrepreneurship. I talk about, purpose. I talk about that, but we are people that believe in God. Okay. We believe in investing the Spirit of God into these young people, because there comes a time where, your boyfriend ain't gonna do it, your girlfriend ain't gonna do it, the schoolhouse ain't gonna do it. There's gonna be a time where our young people need God, and we see what's going on in our city right now in Orlando. We see, what's happening as it relates to our young people, and unfortunately, whatever is the cause, our young people are dying at an alarming rate because of violence. And so when you get into those situations, you need to be able to depend on the foundation of God, the foundation of your spiritual growth. And so we're big on that. We're big on that on everything that we do. So I love that about iDream as well. We just have a good old time in God, but also we push them toward the things that they're great at.
That's awesome. So I heard you talk a little bit about trades and training. Give us some examples of like the different arts and stuff that you all may work in.
Man, it's incredible. Last summer, although last summer was our most difficult summer, we were displaced as a facility, and we were graced to use an amazing ministry, Truth International Church. We were kind of displaced, but I said it was one of our most successful summers ever. Why? Because we were able to train young people in the areas of video production. We were able to train young people in the areas of clothing, design, as well as publication. So this summer, our young people actually created their own clothing line and sold it, and actually made money. Our young people, and we had a banquet at the end of the summer, and they actually made some money through their clothing line. In addition, over the years, we've tapped into music. And so we have a young person. I'm gonna shout him out. His name is Larry Curry Jr. Okay. He's 19 years old, but he's a music producer, and he's able to be able to work with some of our young people, and they created music. So this summer we were able to put out an 8-song album. It's actually available right now at youthep.org. People can download it just for $10. But it's 8 songs created, produced, written, and performed all by young people. And so we were able to put out that album this summer. And then we've done something that I think is kind of unprecedented. Our young people took short stories and poems and drawings, and they put it into a publication. And so we were able to actually do a publication. This was just last summer, and we're still finalizing it because we're going to bring some kids from Our Dream 360, and they're going to be a part of it as well. But they did a music video, music album, clothing line, and publication, and we're training them in these trades. We're training them how to do it so that they may not want to go into that industry per se, but they'll be able to have the knowledge of how to market themselves, how to brand themselves, how to present themselves. We just did a fundraiser, and we were talking to them about how to project your voice, how to speak to people, how to actually connect with people, and not just say I'm asking for money, but what is the cause you're connecting with. And so we're big on presentations, and that's just a few of the trades. We've also over the years allowed young people to be exposed to coding. We've been allowed to young people to be exposed to trading in the Forex market. We've allowed people to be exposed to the banking industry and stocks. And so we're just big on giving young people exposure, equipping them with the proper tools. And then here's the key, Curtis. Here's the key. A lot of times we teach them. A lot of times we expose them, but we don't empower them. We want them to stay in that desk. We want them to stay in that schoolhouse or in that church seat or whatever, and we don't give them an opportunity to actually live it out. And so here at Youth Empowerment Project / Our Dream 360, we allow them to be empowered to live it out, to actually be leaders in these different trades. It's not us as leaders, as adults, leading the charge. It's the young people leading the charge.
Man, you ever thought about being a pastor or a politician? Because you use your hands a lot. That's how.
Curtis, come on now. You got people probably the comments gonna be no. I'm good being a youth ambassador in the community. I get my mom. I get this from my.
Oh man, no man. Everything you said was definitely on point because the city of Orlando needs to know more about what you got going on, man. There's a lot of gems in there. That was a lot of gems that you said. I was looking at the comments. Shout out to Jay Richardson. He said that you're giving the kids choices. You know, one thing I could tell you is that my son, he's 8. He's 8 now, and he's in gymnastics heavy. So
yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Gymnastics ain't no cheap sport. You know, ain't no cheap sport. So with that being said, like I love that we're in the time now that we can give kids and our children other choices to do other things outside of basketball and football. Nothing against it, but the exposure to do different things, and I love the entrepreneur spirit that's over there with what you all are doing. That's just absolutely amazing.
I got to share this with you, Curtis, and I'm glad you said that because we're living in a time where there are so many opportunities to actually build wealth. And that's one of the things. We don't want to just make a whole bunch of money and chase the entertainers and the athletes that some of which make wonderful careers and make millions of dollars, but because they lack financial literacy, by the time they get done with the league, they're broke. So we want to build wealth. One thing we haven't often had the opportunity to done in our community is build generational money or old money. And so I just want to say two quick things. One, when I was going to school, in order to go into the IT field, you had to go to school for 4, 5 years sometimes, get a specific trade, and then get an opportunity. Now they have free coding programs for teens, for youth. And if you know how to code, you can actually get jobs with a starting salary of $150,000 a year. I mean,
Okay.
even Austin, Texas, it's a IT boom town, and where just by learning the skill, doing something that they already are into video games, just by learning the skill of coding, they could come out without a formal education. Of course, some education is great, but without a formal education, they can come out the gate making $150,000 a year.
Wow.
It's to the point where they're looking for coders, and that's in so many different industries. As technology grows, the need for these things are growing. Another thing is this: in the medical industry, they are doing robotic surgery. So you have doctors that have gone to school for 12, maybe 14 years when they consider residency to learn how to do surgery. But then there's other people who are understanding how to do the robotics. And so the doctors are telling the robotics engineers what to do so they can do the robotic surgery. And they didn't go to school for 12 and 14 years. And so there's so many things where I believe what's happening is that we're able to condense the time that it takes to go to a 4, 5, 6, 10 years education and learn a skill. And that's why I love Forex, and I'm not going to go too far into it, but by learning the skill, you can actually compound your wealth and compound your money. And so we don't talk that way to the kids specifically, but it's just there's so many different careers out here that everybody is not meant for the 4-year university. Everybody's not meant for the Ivy League school, but that doesn't mean they don't have a skill. That doesn't mean they don't have a talent. And that doesn't mean that they cannot build wealth. The time where the trade school and the Valencia College was looked down upon, that's over. That's done. You know, now those are reputable ways to get your path to education. And there's so many ways where young people can really find their niche and make money doing it. And I emphasize money a lot, not because it's the end goal only, but it's because it provides freedom to be who you really are purposed to be.
No, and you're definitely right. The Bible says for that money answer all matters. So hey,
Absolutely.
we need it. We need it. Without no money, I ain't on live tonight because I need the lights.
Come on.
So
Come on.
I definitely understand that. So you had spoke something about. I'm sure have a fundraiser coming up on the 25th.
Yes, sir. We're going to be at Walmart at 101 South Goldwyn Avenue at Walmart, right out front. We were there a couple of weeks ago, or actually last week. We're going to be out there, and we're going to have the kids out there to greet you. We would love anybody to come out and see the kids, support what we're doing. They're raising money for summer because we are planning on doing a full-fledged summer camp this year.
Okay.
We're also looking to go to another summer camp that's in Branson, Missouri. And so there's a lot of exposure we're trying to do, but they're raising money for that. They have several ways they can do that. If they can't get out to the actual facility at Walmart, they can do a Cash App, $Youth EPTV. That's our Cash App, and they can donate that way. But we'll be there March 25th, right out front, 1101 South Goldwyn Avenue at the neighborhood Walmart.
Okay. Now that's nice, man. Continue to do what you do. Like I love what you're talking about with the tech. It's funny that you brought it back up because around 11th grade, I wasn't doing the hottest in school. I was doing okay, and my mom was smart to this day. Like you have to understand, like even when you don't really know God like that he's always been on your side. And my mom, what she did was, I graduated from Dr. Phillips High School 03.
Okay.
Yeah, DP.
Okay.
So what she did was she got me to a program. I went to school half day, and then I went to Mid Florida Tech half day.
Yes.
And what that did for me, everything you see me do now is partly because of my mom. Like I got into a graphic design program. Never touched graphics, but my mom knew that I was enticed with computers. So I had a list to choose from. I choose the graphic. Behind you see the graphics. You see the graphics on the screen. So
right.
That's gift. I've been doing graphics since I was 17, 18 years old. I'm 38, being 40 soon. So you were definitely hitting on point when you said about the trade, because I did end up getting my bachelor's at another school, but that was it was the trade school, the technical school that set me on the right path. So that's a blessing. So what if you the summer program again, like what tell us what the kids would be looking towards doing. Like what activities and things would you all be doing at the
Absolutely.
summer program?
So I'm thankful to say we're going to continue some of the things that we've been doing. As you mentioned, I played basketball growing up. I love sports. I love entertainment, but there's other routes. And so we're going to bring back a lot of the things that we did last year. You can expect young people to understand there's going to be an academic component. I'm going to put that out there because a lot of times during the summer, our young people, they lose a lot of those basic skills. So we're going to have that. That won't be the focal point of it, but there will be that as well. But we're going to bring back the music, man. We're going to allow them to, write music. We're going to allow them to produce the beats. We're going to allow them to actually continue on the second album. We're going to continue the clothing line. There's going to be a new concept that we use this year, and we're going to allow the young people to develop ideas. So they'll be able to go either into the music track, into the clothing track, and we're going to bring back publication. Our goal this year is actually to finalize the publication that we started in the summer, but we're going to bring that back. We're also going to bring some information about Forex trading. And I just connected with a young man who's going to bring some information about real estate, information about how to make money when it comes to building wealth through land, through business, through Airbnbs. And so it's unconventional. When I say things like this, people look at the demographic we're dealing with and they look at it like that's too above their head. But see, that's different from other cultures. Other cultures, they start them young where they understand how to build wealth. And so we're going to do that at this camp. And here's the major thing, Curtis. We're going to have one of the things we do in our summer every year is we take them through the process of how to build a business plan. So they come up with their own business. They come up and they're really creating a pitch deck, but they come up with a business as a team. They have to deal with their marketing strategy, their location, their profit and loss statement. It's pretty robust. And they come together as a team and then they compete for a chance to win a cash prize. And so we're going to bring that back in the summer.
That's dope.
And they're going to be able to end the summer camp with a business plan competition. And we'll have a first, second, and third place winner of that. So it's going to be phenomenal this summer. We're going to bring a lot of that back. Again, it's all about pushing the creativity in the young people and allowing them to be empowered to show it to the world.
Any of your students you see any of them funny? Any of you see any comedy in?
Oh my Lord, yes, of course. Yeah, I got to connect with you, Curtis, because I don't want to say no name, but I got a young man. I mean, every time he touches a mic, he becomes a comedian.
Okay,
he's trying to make the crowd laugh, and so there's some things you gotta. He might be a little rough around the edges and things like that, but phenomenal young man. He's in 8th grade. And we have a lot of jokesters in the house, so I definitely have to connect them with you. I know you the king of the comedy, so yes, sir.
Jerome Shaw asked, please give the ways to give again. I actually put it on the screen. We got his Cash App, $ U the PTV, and Zelle info@uthep.org. Also, I see you have books, right? You've written books that people can purchase on Amazon.
First of all, let me shout out Jerome Shaw. That's my father. So he is on our board of directors, and he wanted to make sure that gets in there. That we go. This is the ways to give. And also, there's ways where they can also give through purchasing a product. All of our products online, so they could purchase a shirt, they could purchase the album. These are ways that they could give back as well, and they can pre-order the book. But yes, I've been able to be blessed to write a book called Journey to Purpose. I'm so excited because we have a consulting company that actually do it with my father, called NJS Collective, and we just consult with small businesses on how to market properly, on how to build their business. And under that business is now a publishing division. And I was able to do my book under that publishing business. It's called Journey to Purpose. It's a guide to help you identify, activate, and walk in purpose. And I believe those are steps that everybody has to take. First of all, you have to identify what is purpose. I don't believe anybody can necessarily tell you your purpose, but I believe there's steps to being able to determine what that purpose is. I think you have to determine what your passion is. What are you really passionate about? What lights your fire? What gets you going? And then you got to determine, are you willing to go through the process? Process is a cuss word for most people. They want it quick. They want a microwave society. But you got to be willing to go through the process. And then we talk about the plan you have to have in place, the people you need in place. It's a 10-chapter book. It's very short read, but it also has a study guide in it. So as you're going along, you can take notes. And at the end of it, the goal is that you have not only identified what purpose could be in your life, you found ways to activate it, and then now it's time to walk in that purpose. And so, yes, it's available on Amazon right now. That's yet another way that people can give to the project, because everything that I do is all about Youth Empowerment Project and the youth. But it's available right now. It's great for a study guide for a youth group. It's great for the individual who may be in college trying to figure out what they want to do. It's great for the individual that's on a dead-end job that may be looking for what's next, or the team that's just that has so many ideas, from firefighting to IT to graphics, and they're trying to consolidate and find out what is my path. This book is phenomenal for that, and we're going to be coming up with an online course pretty soon as well.
Okay.
So I encourage everybody, go get the book, support the movement for Journey to Purpose, a guide to help you identify, activate, and walk in purpose.
Man, that's excellent, man. You'd have gave us so many gems. You'd have gave us so many gems tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all for tuning in. Stay tuned. We're gonna go to a quick commercial break, and we're gonna be right back. Thank y'all for tuning in, and do me a favor once again, if you haven't had a chance to share with us, because when we come back, we're gonna find out who Nathan J. Shaw Jr. is rolling with. We'll be right back.
Let's go.
On the Str8foolishness Comedy Show podcast with your boy Curtis Bateman.
Hey, how you doing? Curtis with Str8 Customs Apparel and Printing here. Hey, I just want to stop by really quick to let you know about our $7.25 t-shirt. Yes, $7.25. The minimum for the t-shirts are only 50 t-shirts. And if you got bigger sizes, it's only $1 more for those t-shirts. Listen, this is exactly what you're going to get. A one-color t-shirt with your logo or your wording on the t-shirt. Exactly like this. Listen, you may have a birthday coming up, girls trip. Listen, family reunions coming up, graduations. Listen, only $7.25 a piece. You can go back if you are an artist and you want to sell merchandise. You can go back and sell these t-shirts and make you some more money off of it. Listen, Str8 Customs Apparel and Printing is here to help you out. Call us today and let us take care of your printing needs.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Str8foolishness TV.
Hey, would you or someone you know like to learn how to create your own t-shirts or apparel? If yes, we have just the class for you. The Str8 Customs Apparel and Printing Masterclass. We offer an exclusive t-shirt printing class that teaches you how to produce your own merchandise and so much more. It includes a professional consultation and hands-on training. At the end of the course, you will leave with the knowledge of heat-pressed garments, vinyl t-shirt printing, DTF printing, screen print, embroidery, graphic design resources, a database with over 1,000 vendors, and so much more. Schedule your class today. Call 407-692-4547. Str8 Customs Apparel and Printing Masterclass. How can we serve you?
And we are back. We are back. Thank you all for tuning in again to the Str8foolishness Comedy Show podcast. I am here with Nathan J. Shaw Jr. Nathan, I had one more question I wanted to ask you. You talked a lot about tech. You talked a lot about those things. There's a lot of youth going through a lot of mental issues, a lot of mental depression. Let's keep it real. A lot of demonic things happen in this generation. Mental illness. I spoke to my mom, and my mom works with ESC kids for over 25 years. And she just told me one of the most saddest things, that one of her kids actually committed suicide. Like this is the next generation of adults who will be adults, leaders, those type of things. These kids are so wrapped into social media. They're so wrapped into the cell phone now. What what guidance or I don't say curriculum, but like what guidance did you all give the kids concerning those personal matters of the heart at your facility?
So what I was saying was, unfortunately, I've dealt with that. I've dealt with a young person who was 16 years old, had phenomenal future, straight A student in the band, and he was a part of a lot of our summer camps, and he committed suicide. And when something like that happens, it crumbles you, And I know so many mentors out there that have dealt with senseless violence or things like that. A lot of the violence we saw something recently in Orlando. I'm not going to name any names, but we saw where a young man, a teenager, shot at some reporters.
Yes.
There's mental issues there. And so many times, can I be honest, Curtis?
Yeah.
So many times in our community, we said that's the other culture's issue. Mental illness is the other culture's problem.
That's real.
But no, it's creeping up in our backyard. And so when the rapper XX Tekashi passed, the energy in the room, we were in a summer camp when it happened, the energy in the room was sucked out because they are feeling so connected. What I will say, Curtis, is that we've got to become more present in our young people's lives.
Yes.
We can't allow the TV, we can't allow the music, we can't allow the entertainer, the athlete to raise our kids. We've got to be more personal. We got to ask the hard questions. We got to find out what they're going through. And sometimes, here's the thing, and let me say this, because I don't have any kids of my own, but I have hundreds of kids that I've touched, the lives that I've touched. Sometimes as parents, you got to be willing to stand beside someone else who may be able to reach your child in a way that you can't.
That's good. That's good.
Because sometimes that child may feel a hard time coming to you about something they're going through it. But if you can develop a strong relationship with a mentor, with a youth leader, with a minister, with a coach, sometimes they can pull some things out of that young person that you may not be able to pull out. And that doesn't make you anything less of a parent. It just means that you know how to use your resources, because mental health is a great challenge. So what we do at our organization is that we're talkers. We talk about it. We don't just let that pass by because, oh, that's the secular. No. We're going to talk about the situation. We're going to talk about how you feel. Just recently, our young ladies, they did something called Girls Empowered, and they talked to law enforcement about safety, how to be safe as a female in this environment. And with the young men, we talked about something called confidence, how to have confidence in your walk with God. And so we did those mentoring sessions so we can talk to them about whatever the case may be. We're not afraid to go there. We're not afraid to talk about the hard things, because guess what? They're hearing it on TV. They're hearing it in movies. They're talking about it at school. So if we, as a, whatever we want to call it, body of Christ, we as a group of leaders, if we don't get with the program and stop being afraid to broach some of these subjects, they're going to get their information from somewhere else. And that information may not be great for them. And so I'm all about being open, being honest, giving them a platform to let them know that you can share how you feel. You're not going to get in trouble for it. You may be redirected, but we're not going to penalize you for how you feel. We're going to embrace it. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to let you and give you guidance. And here's the last thing I'll say, and this is for the church house. The church is not mental health specialists.
Woo! Uh-oh.
Some things you can't pray away. You have to actually get support and help. Prayer is a piece of it.
Yes,
it may
sir.
not be all of it.
Yes, sir.
Because there are generational curses out there. There are battles, that there's trauma. And there was actually a study, if you look at the brain of a child who's gone through trauma and a child who's not gone through trauma, their brain is different. They develop different. And we got to be sensitive to that. Just growing up in some neighborhoods could bring trauma that's different than ours were.
It's real. It's real.
So we got to be honest and say, stop trying to put oil on them and seek them and sock them to death. Let's talk to these young people. Let's let them know that they have confidence in us, that they can actually come to us, that they can talk to us about anything. We're not going to judge them. We're not going to condemn them. Because what does the Bible say? That there is no condemnation for those that are in Christ Jesus. But yet we're the ones that condemn young people the most. Why do they not want to come in church? Because we condemning them. I just believe we have to be more open with our young people. We got to give them a platform where they feel okay and free to express themselves. And if we do that, I believe we're going to start to see a turn in their lives.
Oh, that's you said a lot there. It made me think, believe it or not, it took my mind when you said that we can't pray everything away. It took my mind to where Adam was in the garden and he would be visited every day by God, and it was in the cool of the day. And I really believe that even in that time, the God was like, "Hey, what happened today?" He needed to get off, he needed to get off his chest or whatever it was. And listen, that's one thing that I really always want to keep an open line of communication with my son. There's nothing that my son can tell me in his life that I ain't probably been through, thought about getting into. Just real, because I came from. I'm being very transparent. Shout out June 25th. I got my Integrity comedy special. I'll be in the movie theater.
Yes.
I see y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I talk about it. I talk about my addiction to pornography at a very young age. I talk about it, and there's a lot of young kids stuck on it. This cell phone, these tablets, these computers. Like when I tell you, I ran up that bill at my mama house on that cable box. You hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I was just trying to find a place of peace. That was my in the cool of the day. You understand what I'm saying? That was my in the cool of the day. And young kids they're dealing with so much more now.
Curtis, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be vulnerable here. There was a split second where I was gonna let Yep go.
Wow.
I was gonna let it go. I was going to let everything go. January 21st, I lost my mother. And it was sudden. It was unexpected. She was everything to me as a person, to us as an organization. And I was actually at a church service when I found out about it, and she was gone. And so I didn't grow up dealing with mental trauma like that. When you go through something like that, and there's so many young people that are dealing with grieving of friends, best friends that been whatever the case may be, gone too soon. It can put you in a state where, Curtis, there was a time where I was just like, I'm done.
Understood.
And I've been in church all my life. I know the word of God. I'm a minister at my church. I work with young. I know what it is. But as a 35-year-old man of God, I was ready to let it all go because of the trauma that I dealt with in regards to losing my mother. In the last year, I've lost about 5 or 6 people in my life. It may not be a loss of a loved one. It may not be any issue when it comes to violence. But whatever that trauma is, we got to be open. You said your son is 8 years old. Your son at 8 years old has heard more than you probably heard at 16 years old.
Most definitely.
And we got to be open to that. And we got to be honest about that. And so, part of what I'm doing now is honestly to live out her legacy, to honor her, because of she was a fierce person. She was talking about do not quit. See, I posted something recently where she was talking to our kids. If you start something, you need to finish it. You're not allowed to quit. It doesn't matter if you're not recognized for what you're doing. If you say you're going to do something, make sure you complete it. And so I kept hearing that in my mind when I was thinking about quit. I can't quit this thing because it's bigger than me. And so we've got to be a support system for our young people. And you're like all of us. If the men will be honest, all of us have dealt with pornography. We've dealt with masturbation. We've dealt with all of the things you want to say. But we're trying to get an escape. And really, I got to go back to it, Curtis. It's about that foundation with Christ. But sometimes we have become so convoluted when it comes to the church and the condemnation that it puts on young people. They don't want to hear nothing about that. They don't want to hear nothing about that. So sometimes I'll say this to every leader, every youth leader, every mentor, every parent. Sometimes you're the only God that child is going to see. Yep. You're the only Jesus they going to see. They're not going to go. I'm going to be honest. The time of these mega churches, that it might be shifting. They may not come in that church house, but when they come in contact with you, do they come back with something better than when they came? Or do they feel condemned? Do they feel judged? Do they feel used and abused? We got to start lifting these young people. And I'm a big component. I'm not going to talk about the negativity going on. I know it's there, but you got all the channel news stations talking about that. Let's talk about the greatness of the young person. I challenge everybody, stop talking about what you see in the natural and start declaring who they are in the spiritual.
That's good, sir.
Declaring who they are, because when you do that, then you'll start to see the change. So we got to be open to hearing the voices of our young people and really being a confidant system to them, and not just throwing their ideas away. I'm sorry, Curtis. My sister is watching all the way from Alaska. I just want you to know your podcast and traveled to Alaska.
What's your sister name?
Brianna Cooper. You done started her. She talking about Pastor Nate. Go somewhere now.
Man, shout out to her. Shout out to Andrew Lewis, Pastor Stanley, who on there tonight. Shout out to him. Shout out to your father again, Jerome, Mr. Jerome Shaw, Latoya, Ryder. We will appreciate you. Arjanetta Robinson, we thank you for always tuning in. Man, listen, I didn't even know I was listening to you. I didn't even know you. So you were born in '87. You a '80s baby.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir. 80s, yes, sir. I'm proud of it. Yeah, I got in there just in the beginning, just at the end.
Okay. So this is this something that we like to do here on the Str8foolishness Comedy Show podcast. It's called Who You Rolling With. All right.
Okay.
And then you an '80s baby, so I think I got the right questions for you tonight. So the first one I'm gonna ask you is the Martin Show or Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Man, who you rolling with?
Oh man, why you gonna do this to me, man? Why you gonna do this to me,
buddy?
You know, I love the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and it's probably I love it.
Okay,
but I gotta roll with old Marty Marr. I gotta roll with Martin.
Yes, sir.
He was a genius, man. All the characters he played, that's my guy.
Yeah, man. One of the greats to me. Definitely one of the greats. The characters, the many hats he was able to put on. Definitely one of my favorites.
I think my dad thought he was Martin growing up. He had the green couch. You know, he had the green couch at his house. He was married to a light skin. I think my dad felt like he was Martin growing up. I'm just gonna say that.
Oh man. All right. Next one is Family Matters or Full House.
Man, come on.
Hey,
come on, man.
Know. You never know.
It's Family Matters for me. I love Full House. I watch Full House too.
Okay.
But yeah, man, it's Family Matters for me. Got to go with the Urkel.
Oh, was Urkel your favorite character?
I think so, just because of the generation. But you know, Eddie was cool because he could sing. You know, he was smooth and everything like that. But you know, Urkel was that glue. So I got to go with Urkel, especially when he turned to Urkel. That was dope.
I ain't gonna lie, they were kind of reaching to me. They were at that point. They were like,
all right. You think so? I liked it. I liked it, man.
All right, comedy movies, man. Harlem Nights or Life? Which one you gonna pull? Yes, sir. That's a good one.
You're not supposed to do this to me, Curtis.
Yeah, man.
So my historic part of me would say Harlem Nights because of the greats, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I wasn't honestly in that era.
Understood.
You know what I'm saying? I know it, I love it. I gotta go with Life. I mean, when I'm flicking the channels and Life come on, I gotta watch it. So Martin Lawrence, you know, Eddie Murphy, I gotta go with Life, man.
All right. Michael Jackson or Prince? Who you rolling with?
It's Michael for me. It's MJ. It's the voice, man.
Yes,
you know, I used to sing a little bit. So when you talking about the old tracks, you know, ABC, you know, Who's Loving You, when he sung that, I love trying to mimic that when I was younger. So it's definitely MJ for me.
Gotcha. All right, yeah, I chose MJ too.
Yeah, Prince is great now. He's a genius, but. Yeah.
You know what? My auntie them used to watch him, and I always just thought he was weird. Like, like no disrespect.
When you look at the musicality, when you actually look at how he arranged everything, played all these instruments, just the brain behind it.
Yeah.
But I would challenge anybody to go look at This Is It and just get a behind the scenes of what Michael really did with his shows.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, he's the GOAT.
You ready for this?
I don't know.
Saturday morning. Captain Crunch or Lucky Charms? What we eating? What are we eating?
See, when I was younger, it would have been Lucky Charms.
Okay.
It was Lucky Charms when I was younger. If I had to do it now, it'd probably be Captain Crunch.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you look older now. So we can go a little deeper now.
Okay.
Family Dollar or Dollar Tree? Who you rolling with?
Man, Family Dollar be more expensive, man. It's not really a dollar. It's like $1.25. It's $1.18. I
Hey,
got to go with Dollar Tree.
but Dollar Tree $1.25 too now though. They the
Well,
shine
everybody,
down.
it's inflation, but I know back like Family Dollar when they came out, it's cool, but I think they were they'll put some $5 prices out there. Dollar Tree, they typically stay within that dollar range, so I got to
Gotcha.
go with that.
So tell us something about yourself that just people may just not know at all, like a special gift or just something you like to do, a movie, like something about yourself that people just like, whoa, I would have never guessed that about him.
I wouldn't say that this is something people wouldn't know years ago, but as I gotten older, because I don't anymore, is that I did used to sing back in the day. I'm a singer, and so
Okay.
I love singing. And so I haven't done it in so long, so I don't know if people know that about me now. But I'll tell you this: my favorite movie. I don't know if I can say my favorite movie. One of my favorite movies of all time
Okay.
is Love and Basketball. Love and Basketball, hands
Okay.
down.
That was a,
Yes, sir.
that was a good movie. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Brian Cooper. He says that he love to eat, that you love to eat.
That's Bria. That's my see.
I'm sorry. I apologize,
That's
Brianna.
my
I apologize,
sister.
Brianna.
You
Brianna
see, I
said,
can't take her nowhere. Can't even be on a podcast. My sister love to eat too. My whole family loves to eat. So that's true. I got to cop to it.
so if Outback Steakhouse or Four Rivers, which one you going to?
I think I'm going to Four Rivers.
Okay.
I think I'm going to Four Rivers. Yeah. I'll leave it at that.
Man,
I'm
listen,
going
man,
for
we
it.
want to definitely thank you again for coming on tonight. Tell the people where they can find you at on social media.
So they can follow me personally at NJ Shaw Jr. That's on Facebook. That's on Instagram. We're going to be coming out with, some things video wise, podcast wise. Again, they can get the book. They can follow our organization at Youth EP TV, YOUTH EP TV on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube. I encourage everybody to go to the YouTube channel. We got a lot of videos up there. And then, of course, they can go to our website, www.youthep.org, YOUTHEP.org. And Curtis, I just got to say, man, I'm so honored to be here. Your production is phenomenal. It's amazing. I have a graphic background too, so I appreciate all the subtleties and just the commercial overlays. I'm honored. I feel I done made it. I done made it now. I done got on the Curtis Comedy Show podcast.
Man, thank you for being a part. I appreciate it, man. I have a lot of people who actually compliment me on it, man. So thank you. Just getting started. Like one day we're gonna be in a state of the art building. But it's where we at. This gonna be these humble beginnings. We gonna go back.
I just ask that when you get to that level, just invite little old me back. I just love to come see the studio. You see,
I got you, no problem. And you all make sure y'all support him. You can his cash out is $U the PTV, and the Zelle is info@youthep.org. And I believe he also pinned it inside of the chat. Different ways to support him and his youth foundation, everything they have going on. They have some amazing things going on. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure y'all do me a favor. If you all subscribe to my page on YouTube, Str8foolishness TV. Listen, you all, this is episode 7. We'll be back soon for episode 8 with comedian Top Flight. This thing is growing, but make sure y'all do me a favor, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and just follow me on every single thing I have that I got going on. Also, remember, I have the Straight Foolishness Comedy Show coming up, and I'm looking for volunteers. Help your boy out. Give me a call at 407-692-4547, and you can grab your tickets to the comedy show at www.str8foolishness.com. The next show is on April the 15th. All right, live music, good food, and definitely a great time. Nate, hey man, please, bro, if you can get the foundation together, I would love for you all to come out to the next show. Check us out.
absolutely.
We're gonna have a good time. Good comedy. It's clean. I a lot of great people like just come out, and man, my desire is to definitely just to build something that for the community that the people can come out there and enjoy. Listen, I don't know who I'm encouraging tonight, but I started off with 20 people in the room. Now I get over 200. Now I ain't gonna lie, every single time I do it, it's a little scary. Every time it's its own personal journey. But by the grace of God, I'm still pushing and I'm making it. Nate, as we leave tonight, man, give us a final word. Look in the camera, give somebody some type of encouragement through whatever journey you want to speak about in life.
Well, first I'll say that we would love to be there. We're looking forward to be there on the 15th, and you can count me down as a volunteer. Whatever you need, I'm going to support you, my brother. What I'll say is that you don't have to be a product of your environment. You can be a producer in it. And so it doesn't matter what your background was. It doesn't matter what you come from. It doesn't matter what people have said about you. If you're living, if you're breathing, if you are still on this earth, there's a purpose, a specific design purpose for you. And I just encourage you to live it out. Don't allow what could have been or what should have been or your fears to stop you from reaching your goals. There's somebody that's waiting for the purpose you have in you. And so don't hold them back. Don't push them back. But go after it, and go after it with tenacity. Go after it with a vigor. You can have everything against you. Don't think about what's stopping you. Think about how you can accomplish. And so I just encourage everybody to just go after their dreams. I'm going to do the same. And I just, again, appreciate being on this podcast.
Yes, sir. And y'all make sure y'all follow him once again at Facebook at Nathan J. Shaw Jr. and on Instagram at NJ Shaw Jr. Hey, listen, it's your boy Curtis Bateman Hill once again. I want to thank you all for tuning in this evening. To just taking your time, man, sharing the video. Listen, we're gonna be back better than ever, and we're gonna continue to have a good time on the show and bring more people in every single week. Do me a favor, when you see a flyer, do your boy a favor and share a flyer. All right. Once again, thank you to Nathaniel and everything he has going on. I want to shout out TJ McCoy, says Nathan J. Shaw Jr. You rock, you rock, bro. Hey, thank you for everybody who actually tuned in tonight. I know I might have missed some names. I see Chevy Neal, Brian Brianna Cooper, Andrew J. Lewis, Latoya Rattery, everybody on here. I believe I seen Renette earlier. Also, thank you all for tuning in tonight. It's definitely a pleasure to serve you all. Listen, to me, this is servitude. I enjoy this. I enjoy being on the podcast. It is bringing news and being able to give exposure to other people, companies, and businesses. Listen, I know God had been calling me to do this for a while, and I finally had common sense and answered the door. All right. Hey, we're gonna see y'all back. We're gonna see y'all back soon. Y'all be easy. Check your boy out, Curtis Bateman, and I'm gonna see y'all soon. Thank y'all. God bless. We'll be back soon.
Straight foolishness. Str8foolishness comedy show. The world's #1 clean comedy show.